Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast. The good.
That's okay. That's good. That's all right. That's okay.
Let's go to the good. You ready for the good?
Yep.
What is your good overreaction for the NFC?
My good is that the Lions are Super Bowl contenders. So that's an overreaction by all means, but they beat. Here's how I'm going to sell it. They beat the Super Bowl champs last year by 1 point, and I know they're missing one of their better players, but doesn't matter. They won. They were putting pressure on Mahomes, even with their slot receiver, offensive tackle. And they still were doing their offense didn't look completely in sync, so they're only going to get better. That offense was number 4 offense. It didn't look like the number 4 offense this week. So in my theory, that means the Lions will be a Super Bowl contender because they beat the Super Bowl champs last year.
Yeah, you obviously know I love that take. Yeah. So a couple things. I agree with the offense. I think the offense will get going. A little worried that it seemed like only Aiden Hutchinson was getting to the quarterback. I'd like a little bit more help on that pass rush. Other than Hutchinson getting to the quarterback every play, I'd like to see somebody else help him. So that's a little bit of a concern. And obviously it kind of goes into my overreaction, which we won't get into right now. But the Chiefs weren't obviously. It's not an asterisk. I don't want to put an asterisk because from week to week, every NFL team deals with their own thing and they have different matchups and teams. Like somebody tried to say, well, it's an asterisk because of this and this. It's like, well, if they're out for the season, what you're going to say they don't deserve to win. They found a way to win. It was good. It was a big win, impressive win. And I'm excited for the Lions.
Well, and here's the thing that I'm gonna go back down to earth a little bit here, and you have to be excited if you're a Lions fan because, yes, they were missing Kelsey and Chris Jones, I believe, is the other person, and those are 2 big pieces to be missing. But they're still a Super Bowl champs. They still had Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
The Lions were without their not their number 1 receiver, but without one of their receivers, a big player, James Williamson there. And you had, everyone's seen the offensive tackle playing slot receiver. And that is a huge advantage against a blitzing end who is still getting pressure, by the way.
Yeah.
So, that doesn't help. So, but, they're going to find ways to use Josh Gibbs more. They're going to get their offense better. I was just excited to see the Lions defense. I know Tooney dropped the ball a couple times. That didn't help and went into a defender's hand. But I was still excited to see the Lions look good. I don't feel like it's a whole overreaction to say they're Super Bowl contenders, but they did really good. You have to be excited this year if you're a Lions fan.
Yeah, the only part that's a overreaction is there was just a couple other teams in the NFC that you're like, well, they did just a little bit better. Like the Niners and the Cowboys looked really good. So
the Niners did look pretty good. I was debating whether or not to put Brock Purdy as a future Hall of Famer as an overreaction.
That would have been a great overreaction. But I gotta ask the elephant in the room, Eric, because obviously we live in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
We are surrounded. Oh, that's right. But we are. Well, I am. Packer fans up there too, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty probably 70-30 split Packer fans.
Yeah, so we're around a lot of Packer fans. I think the upset of this segment is you don't have the Packers in the overreaction great or good or Jordan Love.
Oh, that's because I have the other team in a different one.
Okay, we'll talk about that. And then we'll kind of overreact, I think, to the Packers. But yeah, that's a tease. Okay, let me go with my overreaction. It's similar to the great, but it's a little less. I'm going to have a little less conviction on this one. The great overreaction is the Raiders will win the AFC West. The Raiders will win the AFC West. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs, Eric. Who does Mahomes have to throw to? People who like to bounce the ball off their hands. He's never going to complete enough passes to win. The defense, it's average, right? The Chargers, they're going to charge every week. We saw it this week. Look what happened in Miami. At the end of the first half, they get a PI call to set the Miami Dolphins up for a field goal. And then at the end of the game, they get intentional grounding, and the Dolphins defense could not get to Justin Herbert all game and gets 2 straight sacks. Like, come on, the Chargers are going to charge. And then Denver, it's a cute story. They got Sean Payton, blah, blah, blah. Russell Wilson lost 15 pounds. And yes, I'm a little jealous that he lost 15 pounds, but he's still Russell Wilson. He's probably still going to be okay, but he's not going to be great. Jimmy G looked slick. Jacoby Myers looked like a good fit in that offense. And they got Devontae Adams still. That defense, it's young, but maybe there's something there. So I'm going to say my good overreaction. I think the Raiders will win the AFC West.
Yeah, I mean, I get why you called it an overreaction. No, I do get what you're saying, though. The Raiders did look pretty good this week. And, you know, the thing is that the Chargers, as much as they did actually look good, because the Chargers did look good, but they're the Chargers, and they always seem to pull the shenanigans of finding ways to lose games, and they need to figure out how to stop that. And then the Chiefs, they lost to the lowly Lions. But here's the thing, is we all know the Chiefs are going to get Kelsey back, and they just signed Chris Jones for a 1-year deal, so they're going to have him back on defense. So the Chiefs are going to get better just by those additions, because we all know one additional player, especially at Kelsey's level, is going to make the rest of the receiving core better, because I mean, it might not give Tooney a pair of hands, but the rest of the receivers will have more opportunities to get open because people are going to be too worried about Kelsey. So, but I do say I did like how the Raiders looked this week. They were very impressive. I still am going to count it up to week 1 of the NFL season, and I think they'll come back down to earth and below eventually soon enough.
Yeah, I probably should have lessened a little bit and just said that they would make the playoffs in the AFC.
Yeah, you should have.
It's called AFC. Yeah, it's still an overreaction.
I would still call it an overreaction, but it wouldn't be as unrealistic at least.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, you ready to do our bad overreactions? Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.